Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and as always, thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to sit up a little bit straighter and be a little bit more put together because I'm going to be talking about our mountain goat, which is Capricorn. So no matter how these people show up in the world, the general theme and the universal theme is going to be hard work and perseverance. So you would be hard pressed to find a Capricorn that doesn't admire, value, and cherish the concept of putting in a good day's work. So, you know, whether they're an artist or whether they're a businessman or whether they're a carpenter, they're going to be putting in long hours, and they're going to be doing it from a very internal and personal place. It's not because they have to, it's because they want to. So Capricorns are symbolized by the mountain goat. The reason why that is the mountain goat likes to find its hill and climb it. So these people are kind of steadily moving up the ladder of life, and they like it that way. You know, they're not trying to skip steps. They're not trying to lily pad their way across life. They're trying to truly put in the necessary work in order to become the person that they're meant to be. So, you know, whatever hill it is for them, they're going to truly put in the work to get to the top. So these people, because they value work, structure, you know, these people do like to dot their I's and cross their T's. They don't know as well how to navigate messy emotions. It doesn't mean they're any less emotional than another person, but a little bit like Aquarius, I'm going to talk about in the next video. These guys know how to compartmentalize their emotions. So, you know, a hallmark of a Capricorn is, I'm upset and I'm hurt, but today is too busy and I have too many important things to do, so I'm going to save my tears for 8 p.m. tonight when I'm home in the safety of my bed. So, you know, they don't understand the concept of having an emotional outburst in a public setting. They just truly know how to handle, you know, this is the appropriate setting for emotions, this is not the appropriate setting, and if I have too many important things to do, my emotions come last. So if you're in love with a Capricorn, or if you're friends with a Capricorn, or if your family member's a Capricorn, know that this is one of their greatest strengths. You know, they have the ability to put on a brave face, take on the day, do a good job, and then come home and deal with it later. So don't worry about them in that sense. These are some of the most highly functional people in the world. But if they don't create a space for themselves at the end of the day, the way that you can be useful is kind of encouraging them to get in touch with their softer side. You know, ask them, did that hurt your feelings earlier? You know, are you sad about what happened with X, Y, and Z? And, you know, again, I truly don't believe that any sign is less emotional than another. I just think that with some signs it's more forward facing, and other signs it's much more internal. And in Capricorn's case, it's a little bit more buried. And so having a partner or a friend or whoever who kind of encourages you to bring it to the surface is going to be pretty transformative for them. They are an earth sign, so just like Taurus and Virgo, super down to earth, very grounded, and then they have that loyal factor that Taurus has, which I really admire. So these people, while technically their emotions aren't on their sleeve, they really do commit to people when they commit to people. So they probably have lifelong friends, long-term relationships, and, you know, they do have the ability to, you know, the work ethic idea, they can apply their work ethic to their relationships too. So for some Capricorns, their career does not mean as much to them as others, and so for those people, their work ethic shows up in the home, can show up in their, you know, their hobbies that they have outside of work, in their relationships. So the same idea of, as long as I put in the hours, as long as I keep working on being better, then the relationship or the hobby or whatever will thrive under those circumstances. So they make wonderful partners in that sense, wonderful people to partner up with in business as well, because you know they're going to show up and they're not going to be cutting corners, which is pretty wonderful. So every sign, like I've talked about in other videos, has their strengths and their weaknesses, and Capricorn by far strength is going to be a really, really exceptional, I can't emphasize enough, exceptional work ethic. And then the area for improvement is not prioritizing in quote, the softer side of life. So, you know, making room for your emotions, making a safe space for you to break down sometimes is hard for a Capricorn to do, but should be highly encouraged, because I think everyone should be able to break down a little bit sometimes. So yeah, these are the mountain goat. They're an earth sign, and they truly do have this very unique skill that not many other signs have. And what they have to offer the world is they can teach you what it means to truly work hard and hold yourself accountable. They never feel like they're done growing. They never feel like they're done working harder. And so they truly know what it means to have high standards for themselves, and thus will teach you how to have high standards as well. So, you know, one of the things my best friends taught me, which I love, is she said, if you can't trust yourself, then you can't trust anyone. And I think Capricorns know how to rely on themselves and trust themselves to put in a good day's work, and that they, you know, again, they hold themselves to a high moral standard. So really admire them in that way. And so anyways, Capricorns is my love letter to you. If you have any questions, you can feel free to DM me on Instagram or send me an email. In this video, if you're a CEO sign, your sun sign is in Capricorn, I'll do further videos on what it means to have to be a Capricorn rising or to have your moon in Capricorn, because those are very different things. So thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.